Hello and welcome to the first instalment of the proper series.
It's the second instalment.
Well, I don't know because first was a pilot episode.
Yeah, the other's a pilot.
It was a pilot episode?
Yeah.
Well, the live pilot anyway.
Okay, well the first one with a guest.
Yes.
Yes. The first
we have
episode.
Raetec here.
Well rested.
Go on, why don't you tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel as a starting point?
Okay, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/RaetacRages. I've been on YouTube for the last 2.5 years doing variety of games. I went on a bit of a binge of Minecraft in the last 6 months, but I'm trying to inject some more variety back into my channel. And I generally live stream on Twitch for 2 days a week, and I actually live stream to YouTube and use those as my episodes.
Okay, well that Minecraft binge is relatable. We did that for about 3
yeah.
years, though.
I love Minecraft, but like getting
yeah.
everyone else to play Minecraft is the issue.
We don't want to play it anymore. Once you play survival with 23
vanilla is boring.
Yeah.
But even the mod packs.
Yeah, well we've played like so many different mod packs. We played Resonant Rise 2, Resonant Rise 3. Right now, actually, what we tend to focus on is the the quest ones.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah, we completed Blast Off.
I missed that one.
Blast Off I didn't actually really like that much due to the hardcore nature of the basically the hydration and all that sort of stuff. It's like,
yeah, it was a little bit like you go in those things expecting it to be hard,
my
but
apologies.
Similar to Crash Landing, though.
Anyway.
The one was
Crash
so
Landing
hard
was
that we never got past the first few hours of gameplay because it just killed us all.
Literally, we uploaded one episode of Crash Landing, and that's it.
And it just killed us off on that first episode. We couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah. That's the one where you had to. There's the water, isn't it?
We had to basically it's got the environment mod on it. We had to basically sort of figure out a way to work in the fact that we were all dead into a storyline because we were also doing it. We're doing a role play sort of thing
For
in
some reason.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Probably my idea.
It all kind of ended up going a bit weird.
Role play's a good way to go.
We always seem to
Roleplay,
try
it's
and give it a
alright.
shot, don't we? But then we just.
But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was alright at the role play before. But...
The issue is, eventually, we get to a point where Josh decides he doesn't want to roleplay anymore. And we kind of have to just jump off the roleplay wagon. And we can't really kick him out of it suddenly.
Yeah, and then everything goes downhill, and then the episodes don't end up getting uploaded, and then we just give up. That's what happens most of the time.
Oh, fair enough.
Jurassic Craft.
I've actually did a pretty semi-serious roleplay of Regrowth, but I'm waiting for that pack to update.
Oh yeah, Regrowth. We played that one.
I tried playing that literally the other day. We got pretty far on Regrowth before I kind of gave in.
Yeah, all me and David did was farm. I think for the.
Well, that's all you do in Regrowth. That's the thing. You farm
crops, I think it is.
Yeah.
1 minute. Regrowth, was that not the one that we got really far through?
Yeah.
And me and Josh actually completed the pack?
Yeah,
I think we were getting
They're
close
two
towards the end of
separate
it. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was two separate teams.
Because me and Josh
Next update,
got the highest tier.
they're injecting Millionaire into that.
That is awesome, actually. I love the
I don't know
Millionaire
if
mod.
you've played the Millionaire mod before, but...
That's the one that
gonna be
implements
like
towns, right?
Yeah, proper towns where you have to like mine for them and stuff.
It's a very old mod.
Yeah,
It's from
really
beta
old.
1.7.
I don't think
It's the one that's French. I know it's French, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember using it back in the really early beta stages, and it was terrible. I did not like that mod at all back then.
I love that mod. I was addicted to it.
I loved it back then.
Yeah. Just it was proper grind though.
But yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, well, we're a YouTube channel that does nothing.
Yeah, what do we do?
We do stuff.
we
You need to upload Hearthstone. I put Japanese subtitles
you are
now.
a cooperation type podcast channel, I take it.
Yeah, we have a lot of people involved that we need to try and get to pull their weight, which doesn't really work out.
There's the three of us on the main channel, which is the three of us on this call. And then there's a side channel which I haven't uploaded anything to in about half a year, which was mine and Bob's channel. And I kind of sort of left that one as a side project and focused on the main channel a bit more. And then there's also, like, I guess Finley, he's got his channel going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Finley W. He's
got pretty interesting videos, actually.
He was a side member, yeah. He's
a
got
partner.
Really creative videos.
He's a partner in the CRAZYFISH network, which doesn't exist but will.
Yeah. the idea was that like you know the Yogscast, like it was like so we would be like the Lewis and Simon. The main channel would be like the Lewis and Simon channel is, and then we'd have other channels like Sips and all of that, and it would all connect up in a big network. Obviously, it's getting to the point where we're not popular and we can't find people to join us.
I think the thing is, we need to focus on growing the main channel before we actually start branching out into side channels and sub channels.
Enough.
Things.
If it starts picking up, though, it should get
I've always been a solo player, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just find, particularly with Minecraft, which is where I really like, I just find solo on Minecraft a little bit dull.
Well, no, I have respect for people that can do solo. It's hard to make a commentary out of talking to yourself.
Yeah,
actually, I've been really enjoying solo commentaries.
I've tried it, and I can't seem to figure out what to say in that sort of situation.
Yeah, I always end up like being just silent or just talking about like nothing, just like filling, and it's just like what?
Yeah, your solo commentary.
The game, what you're doing. That's basically your thought process as you're playing.
You're just basically narrating it.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only game I ever did a successful solo play of was The Last of Us, I think, and that was only because it's just. There was always something to scream or shout about happening. They made it easier to do it. I see why PewDiePie got popular.
Oh, Last of Us. That was that the PlayStation one, isn't it? The zombie one with the fungus people. Yeah, I remember that.
Story-based.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. That had an update, didn't it? A HD edition update. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it actually HD?
So
I think so. Something happened.
Yeah, I'm always wary of HD updates.
Yeah. Oh, Age of Empires HD. That happened a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, this is not HD.
That's not.
Don't tell us it's
They just uploaded it. They just literally put it online and just sold it for more money. Oh dear.
Yeah. It worked. We all bought it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah, we say that, but
the original, so.
Well, yeah. There's the the Baldur's Gate HD release, which I bought and I consequently haven't played. Along with a lot of the other games I've bought and haven't played.
Oh yeah, Steam is just full of those games that you buy and don't play.
I think mainly Humble Bundle is the reason for that.
I know, I do it on Steam sales. I just I see a game and I'm like, oh yeah.
I have issues. I see a deal, and I think it's a very good deal. I will buy it compulsively for no reason other than it's a good deal. Eventually, I'll play that game.
Yeah.
2 years later, haven't played it yet.
I think I've still got Fallout New Vegas after 3 years. Haven't played it at all.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that. Well, I played it on Xbox.
I played about the first half an hour, an hour.
Yeah.
New Vegas.
I mean, I've played through the entire game, but on Xbox. I have not played through the expansions.
I don't know. I don't know if I can get into Fallout games.
I'm personally a huge Bethesda fan.
Yeah,
I have played every Fallout religiously. I've played every possible outcome, all side missions. Just done absolutely everything. Same for the Skyrim Elder Scrolls series.
I love Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is where my heart is.
Skyrim is what launched my channel.
Skyrim is a great game. It's got a lot of good content in it. It's such a big game.
It's a beautiful game. I think is the point. It's really aesthetically pleasing.
Not to mention it being such a huge game.
Mod the crap out of it.
Yeah, and then you can mod the crap out of it. Yeah.
Some of the things that happen when you mod that game, though, are just
you can turn Skyrim into Elsewhere, right?
Oh yeah, some of the mods on that with Thomas the Tank Engine dragons. That's
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Pulling up on top of the castle with the Thomas the Tank Engine theme tune blasting in the background.
Speaking of modding Skyrim, I have never actually played Skyrim vanilla.
Really?
Ever. I bought it and I modded it the first day I got it.
I think the saddest part is that every single playthrough of Skyrim I've done was mainly vanilla.
Yeah, I've never modded Skyrim. Never done it.
So many times I played vanilla.
I keep thinking I will do it, but like, yeah, just never happens.
Yeah, admittedly, before I actually started my YouTube career, or even it's not even a career.
It's not considered a career unless you're earning the YouTube money.
Yeah.
Project.
Yeah.
I earn $20 a month. Woohoo!
That's more than us. That's more than us.
Well, we've earned what, $4 a year?
I think we top at about $3 a month.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. My original channel has earned me $100.
That's true, actually. Yeah. After
I've had that $100. And that's it. That's where I started. That's my career in YouTube. I made a tutorial video on how to make graphical art.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're getting into YouTube, you're doing it for one reason, because you want to. You can't do it for like the money. You could have done it for the money about 5 years ago when it was kind of newish, but nowadays you just got to do it because you want to do it.
The money side isn't there now. I mean, there's the chance you get lucky, but like it's so remote. You might as well buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. Well, it's basically yeah.
Pretty much.
Basically, it's my lottery ticket, isn't it?
Well, I think the thing that you want the most from doing YouTube is probably just to entertain people. Like, you don't really start it because you want to record videos and put them onto the internet, because there's no purpose really behind that other than trying to have other people enjoy your content.
I called it.
Called it. What did you do?
Something came in front of the video.
Something happened.
Yeah, something happened. Yeah, it is. It's getting, you can't, if you make a video, you want people to see it, or else it's just a bit wasted. You can't just feel as if it's, I mean, it depends if you have, like, fun making the video itself.
I don't mind. I mean, I do have fun making, like, my solo commentaries on Hearthstone. I do like making them, just, like, I have fun making them, but at the same time, there's been a couple of people who have said, oh, we actually really like this series, can you do more? That does make me a little bit, sort of,
you let them down. You let down those.
I have let them down. Yeah. I haven't actually.
Someone is offering to do subtitles for you, Gam, in Japanese. Yeah.
Japanese.
The full video has Japanese subtitles now.
Awesome. I didn't even know this.
I told you. I told you. Oh, Jesus.
I just want to ask, did you go on Google Translate? Those subtitles are legit, just in case they really were messing with you, and they put like, I am a dickhead. I am so bad at Hearthstone. Subtitles.
No, I did actually have to run them.
They would not be wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, to be honest, I mean,
no, I had a few rounds of Hearthstone. Admittedly, I like the game. It's just never really grabbed me. It's like you really need to like spend time with it.
Yeah.
A lot of games nowadays, there's like time sink. It's like, yeah, it's a quick little game, but if you play it more, you can get other things. It's like, yeah.
My view of Hearthstone is that I came from playing Magic. Not like I wasn't very good at it. So Hearthstone's a lot easier from that respect.
Actually, Magic was one of my card games of old.
Yeah,
because I am old.
we played it in
on the internet. Yeah,
we played it in school. We started getting into it, but the problem I found it was just too much money. It was too much money for a game I didn't play often enough.
Absolutely.
But like my friend goes into tournaments and everything. He's got loads.
Money sink.
Yeah. But
how much money I sunk into buying like boxes of cards.
Then again, I say that like the amount of money I've spent in Hearthstone is ridiculous.
How much have you spent in Hearthstone?
Yeah.
Then again, actually, the amount of money David's probably spent in League of Legends.
I actually did a totaling of that. Okay, keeping in mind all of this is visual. Nothing is game enhancing whatsoever.
All cosmetics.
I have spent a total of £375 on League of Legends.
Jesus
Christ.
So the subtitle of this is David is vain.
David is vain.
Yeah. Basically, I have bought insane amounts of skins and just other stupid shit on that game. And when you look back at it after having a week, the novelty wears off and you're like, why the fuck did I spend £20 on this skin just because it looks like a chihuahua?
When he says he spent loads of money on skins, he's not even talking about League of Legends anymore. He's talking about IRL.
IRL, I bought myself a new skin. I have to change it on a daily basis to make sure I keep up my complection.
Yeah. He doesn't want to
tan. He's got to look fabulous, David.
Actually a mummy, so my body just kind of rots away after a day or two.
I think I've actually... I think I spent minus money on League of Legends. Just because of that one skin.
Minus?
Yeah, I ended up...
You got it for free?
No, I got money from it.
He played for a while, and at the end of every season, if you're above a certain ranking, you were gifted a special skin as like a prize for doing well. And it so happens that the year he got this skin for turned out to be one of the rarest skins in the history of the game.
Yeah.
worth along the lines of £70 for that alone. You got it for free just for playing the fucking game.
So yeah,
Nice.
so actually it paid for itself and then made me probably about £50 on top of it. I was like, wow, all right, yeah. But then there was restarting, which took ages. But yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's silent.
Yeah, silence when you talk.
how did you guys start off?
Minecraft, really, I guess.
I think if we're talking full origins, Gam's from a different area.
Yeah.
You and Josh were doing YouTube together to start with.
That's
Well,
true,
yeah, okay. So full
yeah.
origins. Me and Bob met in a community of a Minecraft community, which is no longer going anymore. But we, so that's where me and Bob met. And Bob met Vince through friends, I think, through mutual friends.
How did I meet Josh? God, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
That was back on Left 4 Dead and Gmod, right? With Alex. There was another
Jordan?
Jordan.
Oh yeah, I met him through Jordan. That's it. It was one of Jordan's friends, which is one of David's friends. Yes, I remember now. No, it was David knew Jordan. I knew David. David knew Jordan. Jordan knew
I went to school with
Alex.
Jordan when I was
Alex
younger.
knew Josh. And that was how. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you guys know each other IRL, right?
I know David properly IRL,
Yeah.
and that's
We know each other
Cursed,
IRL.
you know, you've been cursed to know Vince all your life.
Yes.
No.
Well, not all.
what was it? Year 7?
The last, 8 years.
last 8 years. Yeah, I think what.
Unfortunately.
So the start of the
It's
channel.
a little
Our
bit
first
easier
video.
when your country's...
Go on.
Go on.
Come on, speak.
yeah, it's a little bit easier when your country's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
travel to
our
people's
country is
houses.
pretty small
so.
in terms of country sizes.
Well, I hadn't actually realised just how big Australia was. I
Oh yeah, it's
I looked
I'm
on the
pretty sure
map,
it's the biggest. No, it's not the biggest. Russia is, but it's one of the biggest.
Yeah.
I
It's
took Australia, because whenever you look at it on the map, you look at it and you go, it's only an island, it's got to be quite small, right? Yeah?
Only an island. Only an island the size of a continent.
So, well, fuck, it's like double the size of Europe, nearly.
It's not. It's not double the size of Europe.
No, it's not. It's big.
It's actually about the same size as Europe. I've seen a map of Australia superimposed onto Europe, and they're about the same size. And also, it's about the same size as the US. So that kind of gives it a little bit of perspective in terms of country size.
I find it weird how it's winter there. That's what it's kind of hard. It's the fact that it's winter, isn't it?
Is that really what you can't wrap your tiny little mind around?
Yeah.
The fact
Wait,
that
is it winter in Australia?
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. It's
No,
just.
I can't
It's just
get my mind around.
It's bloody cold here, man. Hey,
does it snow in Australia?
So I'm sitting here
you
with a
guys might be
fan
sweating
blowing.
it out up there. Bring the heat back down, please. Freezing our asses off
we
here.
hardly ever get heat. This is our heat. Go on.
You get rain. Yeah,
We
it's
get
surprising
rain.
me.
We
Yeah.
need all the
Yeah.
heat we can get around here.
It's actually pretty hot to say.
Admittedly, we don't get snow, but it's just way too dry.
Do you not get snow? I always imagine
Well,
that
some mountainous areas we get snow, but yeah, everywhere else it's just either rain or just freezing cold.
I always imagine it being that once in every few year phenomenon where you will get snow and everyone will celebrate it and be really happy.
Yeah, I've always whenever I've pictured Australia, I've pictured Australia covered in snow.
It's like a little Christmas film.
I don't think I've ever pictured
It'll be
Australia
Christmas
covered in
Day and the
snow,
snow will come and everyone will start celebrating and being happy.
No, it would never come on Christmas Day. July maybe, but not Christmas Day.
Yeah, because remember, their Christmas is in summer.
Oh yeah, you celebrate. Yeah, you celebrate Christmas in summer. Is that 25th of December? So yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
the
to
thing.
have a warm Christmas day.
It's a novelty.
I still can't-
We used to. My family had this tradition where we'd basically go down to the beach on Christmas Day, and
Must be warm.
yeah, I remember going in the water one time and it was pretty damn cold.
Understandably, this is...
Why would you go to the beach during Christmas? What?
It's just what we did.
That's a really interesting...
Never claimed it made sense.
Okay, fair. Yeah, true. Yes, it is true. You never claimed. Yeah.
I live in a different country to you guys. We have different customs.
Yeah, Wales. Wales. They're Welsh. And they're coal mines. And they're sheep.
So yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
I always took
Manufacture.
a shot at the sheep population for a minute there.
Oh,
Almost took a shot at the sheep population, but I'm not going to do it because it's...
well, you just did it.
No, I didn't.
You did it twice.
No. It was suggested that I would have, but I didn't. I said I would. It's not done. It's said that I done.
So you.
It's like theoretically
Okay, fair
asking if you're a dickhead or not. It's not me calling you a dickhead. It's me asking if you're a dickhead.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, I don't know where to go
so
from that.
that's the CrazyFish gaming group, how they started off. So what keeps you going? Apart from just like getting the odd person
Vince.
like commenting on the videos.
Vince makes me come
stuff,
back.
But...
He makes me come back. He threatens me.
It's actually, yeah. What goes on behind the scenes is actually Vince is getting quite a threatening, controlling person.
Is that it? I just force you to. I'm like, so David, you haven't made a video.
We've all wanted to quit for years. Like,
You haven't made a video, David?
My participation in the channel's actual output has been pretty minimal in the past few months.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Unfortunately, the repercussions of getting a job and working full time.
But now you don't have a job, so you can start doing YouTube again.
He has a job again.
I have a job again. It's not full time, but I have a job nonetheless.
I didn't even know this.
Well, that shouldn't stop you if you're that ambitious enough. That I work 40 hours a week and I have done so pretty much right through my YouTube hobby as soon as it started, pretty much. And there are times I actually managed to like upload once a day.
Yeah, daily content
takes a hell of a lot of organisation, but
daily content was something we were going to do, and then I don't know, Vince for some reason said we're not going to do it. So
I never actually said we weren't going to do it. It's just the fact that I think every single series we tried to start off, which was daily, ended up being that we just gave up after like episode 3, and then that was it.
I just didn't want to argue with Vince because I thought he might try and cut my fingers off or something. So.
Yeah, I just go around your house with like a cricket bat, break your legs.
Yeah.
Now, where can you move now?
Do daily videos.
And anyway, the main issue with my content that I released on the channel, mine was actually the first video to ever be released. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we started off doing League Moments, wasn't it?
It was a montage of clips from just various League of Legends games. And the issue with that is it takes at least like 6 odd hours of gameplay in order to find just a few funny clips, and then it's the editing that follows. Yeah, it'd take a few days of production around work to at least get the video ready to be uploaded.
To be honest, that is one of the best things about a Minecraft Let's Play, is the lack of editing needed. Like, like unless it's really stale, like or mining trips. I guess you can cut out mining trips and stuff like that. But like, for most of it, it's kind of like their experience. The experience is more of how you're playing the Minecraft game, how you're playing the mods. So from that, it's quite nice. It's a minimal sort of edit. Hearthstone's even easier. All I do is record for like 2 games, and then I just edit out the 10 minutes of me talking at the beginning, because that always happens. I don't know why, but like
intros get a bit dragged.
I just start talking about random decks, like strategies and stuff. Like I like spent literally 15 minutes explaining how I defeated Nefarian on in Blackrock, and then realised no one's going to want to listen to it, so I cut the entire thing out. The entire video was cut by 15 minutes.
Which one was that? Was that the...
Well, the sacrifice is going to be made.
That was number 4.
That was number 4. That was your most popular one, actually. Saying that was the one with the translates.
It was all because you cut that out.
And it's all because I cut it down. The less of me there is, the more popular the video gets. So there we go. That's how it works. No, I have got another. I have got another video recorded, and it's going to get edited. But the thing is, we're at the start of a new season now, because seasons start every month. So it's good, because the whole point of the series is ladder climb, right? So I'm going to try and see if I can eventually reach Legend, which is never going to happen. But eventually, one day it might.
I have no idea what the ranking system in Hearthstone actually is.
Well, it's like you start at a high rank, so...
are the names for each ranking?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. There's not names per such, but they're represented by a character or a card.
Oh, in like League of Legends sense, it'll be bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
Yeah. There's not. It's not like that. There's like Legend has got a name, and obviously then there's Legend 1, Legend 2, and stuff like that. But until you reach Legend, which is basically level 0, it's all like you're at level 20, level 19, goes on down like that. But what they have is like a mascot sort of thing for each level. So one of them will be represented by like a particular card, like the Novice Engineer, for example, is rank 19, I'm pretty sure. And so that has that picture, and then obviously as you go down a rank, the picture changes. I don't know what the legend picture is. It's probably some sort of legendary thing from WoW.
How quickly is it to to get through ranks in Hearthstone?
Depends on how good your deck is and how well you're playing.
Oh, so
So really the same as most
Basically,
games.
yeah.
I mean, also, like, Hearthstone, even more so since Goblins versus Gnomes, but it's very luck-based. There's a lot of RNG.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I don't like Hearthstone, which
can make people quite salty, because like if you've got an RNG roll that goes heavily like against you, and if this happens for all your games, and you've got like someone else who's constantly getting RNG going for them, then it can get pretty annoying. But on the same time, you have to think that if you're on the other end of that, and you're the one who's getting all the RNG, and the other person's getting really dried out, think how fun it is for you.
Yeah,
so
that's why if it comes to RNG games, I normally tend to only go single-player games, Binding of Isaac, most roguelikes, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because I do love my roguelikes. I've been playing tons of Binding of Isaac. For some reason I got into it again. I think because my internet was crap, so I couldn't play any online games. But hopefully that's fixing itself. Eventually.
Well, that's a topic for another section of our podcast, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Like just internet in general.
Oh yeah, that's true. The internet. Go.
Yeah.
Where do we start? Can we start with the community? Because I feel like
how we're all suffering from shitty internet.
Yeah, it's true.
Because what I've got is comparable to pretty much what you guys do. If I used to basically raid on WoW, like way before I actually started YouTube, and I would be doing raiding with 300-400 pings.
Oh man.
Well, was it successful? Oh, we used to down Karazhan every now and then. But yeah.
I think over 100 ping is not acceptable.
Over 100 ping.
Yeah, not when you're raiding.
I remember,
we used to do it.
Not when you're doing anything.
Back in the day, it was when I was on the North American servers for League. It was always 150 ping. No idea why we chose America, but that was like way back when.
Yeah.
So I've just got an account sitting there now, just high high level.
Actually, Australians never had a choice.
Yeah, that's true. Oh god, yeah.
We never had a choice. We had to go onto the US.
Really? Do you have Australian servers now?
I think so, but I quit long before then. So
I never played League.
WoW actually for me developed into a bit of an addiction, and I had to give it up. If I was either to give up WoW or give up my family and be married. So which one I chose.
Yeah, it can get like that. I've not ever been addicted to it, but like when I was playing it, I did play it solid for 2 months. So it can. I can see how it would get addictive. And then there are those stories of those people who like starve themselves to death because they're on WoW.
Yeah, you're too free, don't you?
There are some stupid stories about that, aren't there? People dying in internet cafes. Things like that from where they supposedly sat playing that video game for so long.
Yeah. I think some of them are just like...
I don't know, yeah. They seem...
I think some of them are blown out of proportion, I think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are blown out of proportion.
It's like, the video gaming industry in general has a really bad name. And like... What's your hobby? Oh, your hobby is to sit in front of a computer playing games that affects your life in no way at all. Like people seem to not appreciate that. Like at the end of the day, take another hobby like reading, for example. Sure, it may seem more intellectual. At the end of the day, do you actually get any more like progress in life done from reading a book?
Depends
not really.
What you're reading, really.
I suppose, yeah.
If you're reading,
maybe reading was a bad example. Actually.
Well,
singing.
I don't know how if you guys want to get religious on this. If you read the wrong particular books or even the right ones, you take them to extremes. Well, look at the terrorism we've got nowadays, and all that stem from books.
It's true.
So yeah.
That's suggesting that you don't learn anything from video games or you read anything in video games. So
I mean, it depends. If you play Luigi's Mansion, you learn a lot because that's what it was made for. I know you can learn stuff from video games, but like right now, the particular thing I'm playing is not going to make me learn anything, apart from survival.
Well, I learned that you have to be level 90 to cook shark when I was playing RuneScape for 10 years. So I think that helped me a lot in life.
I never got that far.
I consider myself a connoisseur of food.
A connoisseur of food.
Seafood, thanks to gaming.
Can you cook? On RuneScape I can.
Yeah. So I think that counts for just as much as everything else, honestly.
I quite like cooking.
No, that's fair enough.
For some reason, I didn't realise Vince had left until I looked at the stream window in which he ran off the screen.
Oh, and actually, applicable, I use the internet to help me cook. Because I like to look at like new interesting recipes online.
Okay, anyway, I think we should stop trying to justify why we're cave trolls.
The advent.
Oh.
What?
I think I'm losing connection there. That was a bit...
Was it? Yeah, that was a bit odd.
Yeah, with the advent of the internet, pretty much, the encyclopedia has gone...
Oh yeah, that's true. In 2010,
the old camera swirly windows.
There goes me.
Yeah, there goes
Encyclopedia Britannica no longer exists. Since 2010. I mean, it exists online, but they don't do print version anymore. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, anybody who's got a connection can basically find any information from their home.
Yeah. Also, the amount of misinformation has increased as well, thanks to
that's true.
websites where they're like, you can just type whatever you like.
True.
But I think the overall basic knowledge of the average person has
take Wikipedia with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'm currently in uni right now. We obviously get told off if we, we actually get our paper. We're not allowed to hand it in if it's got anything referencing Wikipedia. So what you do is you just basically rephrase it so that it's in your own words, and then no one knows.
Yeah, the thing with Wikipedia, it's
well, that's what you're supposed to do anyway. Plagiarism, when you're studying, is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, we're told no plagiarism, right? And then it's we gotta have all your own words, right? You can't keep quoting. And then at the same time, you get given a topic you know nothing about, and how am I meant to realistically do this without quoting or just straight up plagiarizing? It's just well, there we go. I think it's a little...
on the topic of study and stuff, I'm actually learning how to get into the IT industry.
All right.
Purely online.
Okay.
All my courses are done online. I do my research online. Although, admittedly, I talk to my lecturer pretty much over the phone, but everything else is done online.
It's we're something in this country. Basically, it's online uni. I can't remember what it's called now, actually. But yeah, basically the idea is you can do degrees and stuff online. A lot of people choose that way to do their masters, which is a nice idea. I actually thought about doing it because the way my degree is split, it's split between it's 2 years foundation degree, which is kind of like a lesser degree, and then 1 year to make a full bachelor's degree. So I was thinking about maybe because I finished my foundation degree, I was thinking about maybe just getting a job and then doing my bachelor's, but I've decided to go and do my bachelor's anyway. So it's if I did finish my foundation degree, then my idea was to do Open University, which is the online one, and do it that way. Yeah. Well, that's if I want to do a master's or something, that's probably what I'm going to do it that way. But yeah, I'm actually learning French and Korean off online. So
that's a good one, which has benefited a lot.
There's some very random selected languages.
Yeah.
1 minute, sorry. Gam, why those languages?
Korean because I have a lot of Korean friends, and French because I have a French friend, and I wouldn't mind going to France, possibly even to live there, but I don't know. I'm thinking I'd like to live somewhere warmer than Britain, and so my thoughts was either southern France or Spain.
It's a bit ignorant of me, but the way I see it, a large amount of the world speaks English.
Yeah, that's true.
Why put in the effort to learn what they are going to leave behind soon enough and join us in speaking?
Well, no, because a lot of this part of the world also speaks French, because you've got to bear in mind, yes, the British Empire was huge, but so was the French. If you take a look at the amount of countries that speak French, half of Africa speaks French.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Quebec on their own in the middle of
an entire part of Canada where their first language is French.
Well, it's Quebec and the surrounding areas.
Yeah, well, Quebec is the states.
Yeah.
Well, there goes geography, but anyway.
Well, I think it actually goes outside of Quebec, though. That's what I'm saying, the surrounding areas.
Well, yeah, there'll be some people around the outskirts of Quebec, probably. But Quebec as a whole is...
Korea, that's a really interesting one.
Yeah, why Korea?
So have you got a lot of Korean friends, then?
Yeah, I've got a fair few Korean friends.
Do they all play StarCraft?
They do not play StarCraft.
Do they play League of Legends?
No, they don't play. They don't
play
games.
any sort of competitive gaming.
They don't play video games.
Are they even Korean? We talk about the same Koreans here.
Yeah, no, they're definitely Korean. 100% Korean.
No StarCraft.
That was racist. That was not a racist.
That was
anyway.
a stereotype.
CrazyfishYT, we do not endorse racism.
No. Well, actually, speaking of other countries and stuff, there's one thing that also does affect me quite a lot. As in, I do have quite a large German audience for whatever particular reason. I'm not entirely sure. I could almost half contribute to the fact I'm actually 50% German myself, but that doesn't really mean much, considering that I don't have much of an accent. Why I seem to attract a German audience is, why you attract any sort of audience on YouTube or even like any sort of streaming media is a mystery. It just happens.
Yeah.
But they're affected by this copyright law called, I'm not exactly sure what the actual an acronym stands for, but GEMA refuses to basically cooperate with YouTube in retrospect to copyright laws.
Right.
And which makes it kind of hard to do things like the new YouTube gaming streaming that they're bringing in. I'm not entirely sure how that would affect that. As it stands with YouTube streams or live streaming, period, people in Germany cannot, I don't think they can actually watch it while it's going live, and they can't comment while you're actually live streaming on YouTube. They can get around with Twitch, but yeah, it's YouTube. There's definitely still a bit of a problem there. So what do you guys know about that?
I didn't even know that was a thing. I know there's been a few issues with people with fair use, particularly since the new copyright system came into YouTube. I didn't realise that Germany had such a law in place, though, where you can't, like, with copyright laws. I didn't even know that was a thing.
They have to use like proxies to watch some YouTube stuff.
Wow.
They have to proxy out of Germany to actually watch like a majority of YouTube.
I'm surprised because Germany's a major country in Europe.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they've got.
Yeah, actually, according
such
to our
strict
demographics, we do actually have quite a large percent are actually German viewers, along with the United Kingdom and United States.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like it's pretty much one of the main countries in Europe. It's like.
Yeah, it's quite surprising for it to be Germany as well, because being
being controlling,
maybe
that's a bit weird.
Even bigger part of Europe than the UK, especially. It's pretty much the central hub of Europe, basically, and it is.
It's where like all the European Union buildings are in,
and everyone treats Germany as this like trade union like place, don't they?
Yes, you'd think they'd be more in favour of freedom of information.
Yeah, you think they would just do everything, but yeah, a lot of copyright things have, especially
copyright laws are really down there. Apparently, musicians have like a really hard time either getting music out there. I think what I've heard is like German musicians actually like just immigrate to other countries so they can get their music out.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when that occurs, it's like. There's obviously problems with it, but yeah.
On that note, iTunes is now actually illegal.
Issues.
Wait, iTunes is now illegal. Did you just say?
Some aspects of iTunes are now illegal through the new Copyright Act that have been pressed.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not sure of the exact specifics, as this is the internet once again telling you things.
Yeah, citation
might not be 100% true, so don't take our word for this. But according to the new copyright laws, a lot of the services that iTunes actually offer are infringing upon the new copyright laws.
So is that like American copyright laws? Is that British copyright laws?
I assume, yeah, because Apple is an American company.
Yeah, it's still probably American ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
The whole thing with the copyright laws, they're just so different, like across countries. Why can't they unify them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would really help, particularly with like with something like YouTube, where you get a lot of different international people who are on it, and it's not very clear as to what copyright laws they should be tried under. Should they be tried under American copyright laws, as YouTube is an American company? Should they be tried under the copyright laws of their home? Or, like, there's a lot of different interesting things to do with copyright laws. And I think that is an issue that needs addressing legally in countries. I mean, I know the US almost passed a law solidifying fair use, because fair use is not actually, strictly speaking, a law. I don't think it's more like a legal guideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like at the last second, the law that they were trying to pass didn't get passed, which is why all these YouTubers got screwed over by the content ID system.
Yeah, that's another big thing. It's very easy, and you see, especially with if you guys have heard of Jim Sterling, he gets a lot of people flagging, like DMCAing. I think it's DMCAing his videos because they don't like the content. Literally, that's what it is. Like, so he has a series called Best of Steam Greenlight or something. Kind of like my Garbage or Green series, which is discontinued. But like, so he would take their video from what they are advertising for their game on Steam Greenlight to get it on Steam officially. And if he doesn't like the game, he will say he doesn't like the game. And if the developer who made that game doesn't like the game, they will just flag his video and DMCA it and just take it off YouTube and file him with a copyright.
No one can see that he said something bad about it.
And then after 2 weeks, because like they can't take it to court because it's just, you know, you can't sue someone over that anyway. It just goes back up anyway, and it's just like, it's. So for like the 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've heard of like Angry Joe, for example. I quite like listening to some of his.
Yeah, I
his
think he has
stuff
had some as well.
And he gets hit by people who, and the way he puts it is quite a good point. Like, if criticism was only ever good criticism, then like how is that ever going to help anyone? Because like the whole point of criticism is it helps people decide on whether they want the particular thing that's being criticized, right? It's like film critics help you know if you want to go to the cinema to see a film, or like game critics help you know if you want to spend like £40 buying a game new, something like that. Yeah. Like if it's just controlled by the company who makes the game, then that's not really going to be correct criticism, is it? Because all they're going to do is basically ban everyone who gives them a bad criticism.
Bad
I think that's why like people like say Total Biscuit. I mean, he is, well, from what I know anyway, has done like law in his schooling. So he probably actually, like, if anybody like comes to him and asks him to do a review on said game or whatever, presents him with a legal waiver saying, I will to basically say what I think of this thing, and you will have no recourse. You cannot, and basically has a like something signed and sealed before it even goes to the review. Maybe a lot of these other people that like the Jim Sterling, the Angry Joes, they find something and they just do a review on it.
Yeah.
But I think perhaps why the Total Biscuits reviews are so focused. He'll go to these places, ask to do a review. If they don't agree to his terms, he just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Total Biscuit had a problem with
like,
was it Gary's incident day one or something? Yeah, I think that was.
Why? Did he say that it was a bad game? Because it is.
Yeah, he literally just said it was a bad game in Unfinished, and I think that was the video which literally started off all these other developers to like just lay DMCAs on everyone who disagrees and doesn't like their game.
Yeah. And
it's so from then people like shady developers started to realize they could use this to their advantage, and there's a lot more shady stuff on Steam now.
Shady.
But yeah.
It's so shady it deserved a word 3 times.
Exactly.
It's like shady. It's so shady it needed it thrice.
Yeah.
No, there's like there's some really shady people who are actually setting up false things as well, like false claims. Like to use Angry Joe again as an example, he had videos claimed by like a company called Tomb Raider, and like he's like, hang on a second, he even had a statement from Ubisoft saying you can use the clips, you can use the Tomb Raider clips in your Tomb Raider review. Like this company that called itself Tomb Raider, which was quite clearly a fake company, got access to his revenue for 2 weeks because they put a copyright claim on it.
That there's a fault in Google. That's their problem. That's what they've done.
It's one of the many things that Google has done to YouTube.
If it gets to the point where anyone could just take down anything, what's the point in making anything? Like
exactly, right?
You can't speak freely if you if you can't make a free rights video talking. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, it's.
For a while, there was a bypass to all these copyright laws where if you put a specific message into the description, it was something along the lines of this content is being used under fair use and for promotional purposes and learning purposes only. And by putting that in your description, it'd make you exempt from all sorts of copyright charges.
Well, legally, it should. Fair use is a legal statement in the US, which basically states that content can be used for review or parody. So you can use clips of content for that. So that's kind of what YouTubers rely on as fair use. There's a similar thing in Britain. It obviously predates the internet and predates YouTube. So it's worded a little differently, but essentially it's basically stating that you can take clips and stuff from people's content and you can use it for parody or for reviews or whatnot. So that's an actual thing, and that's one of the reasons why the content ID system was so frowned upon, was because it basically took away from this legal right people had to actually do these videos. And like some of them, it's their living. Like people like Angry Joe, it's how it's their job. And the thing is that's really annoying about it. You wouldn't get that if it was like a game magazine or something that was critiquing a game. Like it's literally just because they're a YouTuber, people think they can push them around. That's the annoying thing about it, I think. And that's a lot of the reasons why the YouTube community as a whole is pretty united against it as a thing, as a system.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
and actually, as a community, YouTube's actually it's just so vast. I mean, I suppose I'm probably generalizing this here, saying that YouTube is virtually like a pyramid. There are a small amount of people at the top with the like a good viewer like base, but as the base like goes down, pretty much us. Well, I probably can't call myself the base anymore. I mean, I've climbed a little bit since then. But there are like I could generalizing saying probably even hundreds of thousands of content creators down there at the bottom, like getting only a smaller percentage of viewers.
Yeah.
But they're still out there, and they are literally supporting the people at the top. Yeah, people at the top, once they've done what they want to do, people actually have to start coming up and like taking their place. But if it gets to the stage where, like as I said, the copyright laws and the NCAs and all that sort of stuff, basically they hinder or even dissuade the new people coming in, there won't be a YouTube at the end of it. So they've really got to get this system right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now in YouTube's timeline where people who have relied on YouTube as a career have done it for quite a long time now, like a good few years. So it would get to the point where, how are they going to carry on? Because we've seen some YouTube channels that have just disappeared from the face of the YouTube, like just
Ray William Johnson, for instance.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy who ran it, at least, Ray William Johnson, who did the =3 show. I remember he was the first person I watched on YouTube around 7 years ago now.
He's a very, very long...
Now he's gone. Yeah. Absolutely gone. It's run by another person. So I imagine he just works a normal, everyday job nowadays.
So it makes you think...
That's it, he was kicked off the pyramid.
Possible.
Like, I never really heard anything of why that occurred. He just disappeared. He just vanished. He just left.
I think it was actually drug abuse.
Drug abuse? Wow. All right.
I think he had some issues with drug abuse, and his network actually let him go.
Oh.
They didn't want to support him or his his show anymore. They refused to be in any way associated with someone who was addicted to drugs or something of the sort, and they dropped him straight through the pyramid.
Well, that sounds like something... Well, that was one thing I never heard. So I heard of the whole Ray William Johnson debacle.
Because I'm going to have to look to see if I can back that up with actual evidence.
Yeah. Citation needed, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's getting to the point now. People...
Yeah, he was...
You go.
Wasn't he a part of RPM? Or Maker?
He was part of Full Screen, I think. Maybe, okay. I think it was Full Screen. I'm not 100% on that one. But I know it definitely wasn't Machinima. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it must have been either Maker or Full Screen. I think.
Oh yeah, the days of Machinima. Oh god, yeah. Is that still a thing? Is Machinima still?
Machinima's a thing.
Yeah, they're still taking people's money.
I
Yeah.
think
they've lost the top line now to Full Screen actually.
because obviously
Maker's got to be pretty up there though. They're huge.
Oh well, yeah. Now they have Markiplier, PewDiePie. They really pretty much own it.
Maker are owned by Disney.
Wait, I thought it was
Vivo,
Polaris.
who also-
Was it not Polaris anymore?
Polaris is a network in Maker, which is owned by Disney.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I know that they did buy it. I thought Disney just purchased Polaris directly, but so they purchased Maker. Maker made
I got on social
Polaris.
Maybe they did just purchase Polaris. I thought they'd purchased the
Have a look
entire
at
Maker.
I don't know
social
what Maker
blade
is, so
quickly.
I've never
It tells you
that's
what
what
sort
I'm
of
heard of.
statistics.
Maker is basically Polaris, but like Maker also includes some smaller networks which they use to get channels up and running.
Social Blade is one of them.
Oh yeah, Social Blade, yeah.
Top 100 Social Blade, top 100 YouTube networks. Full Screen is at the top with 50,000 members and 23 million subscribers in the last 30 days.
Wow.
They've got the biggest growth, followed by Broadband TV, Vivo, and then Machinima. Maker is 6th.
We're Broadband TV, aren't we?
Yeah, we are Broadband TV.
Shouldn't have helped us out.
We're on a sub network for Broadband TV.
Q/ no network will help you out.
Don't go bashing the network, Vince.
TGN are a good network. You just haven't utilised what they give you. It worked pretty well when I got 2.
Strictly speaking, under contract, you're not really meant to talk about this sort of stuff anyway.
I'm not. I'm being very, very like outwards about all this. I'm saying it's just utilities.
Well, pretty much a network, generally speaking, will not promote you.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but they'll give you the means to promote yourself.
And will not promote you actively. Unless you're their top echelon, they won't.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons...
If you want promotion, you go do it yourself.
That's one of the reasons why I found Polaris quite an interesting one to look at, because they have the Polaris channel, which actually does allow people to be advertised, particularly when they have series like Stin's interview series, where he takes other YouTubers and interviews them.
Yeah, that's one thing. Everyone keeps on going on about his collaborations to get big on YouTube, but the worst part is that how do you collaborate with other people? It's quite hard to find someone who's at the same...
You do a podcast called Fort
You
Fishing.
do a podcast called Fort Fishing. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's just like, it's quite hard to link your content with other people's content in order for it to make better content in general, and it's...
It can be, yeah. You have to know people.
And it's hard to...
You don't need it, really. It helps, granted, but it's not really a requirement. If you get lucky with search engine options.
Well, I mean, there is the whole like search engine optimization with the descriptions and also with the tags and everything. That can help, but also like I think the thing with collabs is if you've got one person with a fan base of like 20 people and another person with a fan base of 20 people, then it doesn't really take much math to figure out that if you put them together in a video, you're going to have a fan base of 40 people for that particular video. Wow. And then some of the Guy A's viewers will then go and have a look at the Guy B, and Guy B's viewers will have a look at Guy A. And then they'll maybe grow if they like the videos and if they like the content. You know?
Yeah, I think the issue with it is that people may see it as, I don't know, some sort of cynical thing. Like, if we were to go up to a channel with, like, 20,000 subs, it would look like we're just, like, trying to leech off of them.
Sponge, yeah. It's just sponging off of someone who's successful in order to raise your own chances of becoming successful, which in most people's eyes is a bad thing. They're not going to lower themselves to your level to help someone they don't know.
In saying that, there's no guarantee, even if you do a collaboration with said higher person, you're going to get any kickback.
Yeah, that's true.
There are other, like even the more like semi like bigger collaborations out there, or even the smaller ones I know of. One of the people that's running the collaboration is more popular than the other, and has bigger numbers than the other, and there's no real flow on it. There's no evening out of said collaboration.
Like you would always, even if like one party has 100,000 subs and the other one has 1, both parties still benefit from it. I mean, obviously one will benefit a lot more than the other, but there's no real like negative side to it. But it just
but what was basically being stated is there's no guarantee of a long-term gain at all. Like, sometimes people just don't like your content. They maybe don't like the way you speak, or they don't like the games you play. And having a collab is not going to change that in their minds. You can collab with them as much as you want. It's not...
some people that don't change their content enough for it to be interested for a wider range.
And then there's some people who... And
then
there's some people who change their content too much, and the reverse happens.
And then no longer they're themselves, and they're considered what's a sellout.
Yeah.
Selling out to the community.
I think if you are starting to change your content just for views, you are kind of... You're not really staying true to the reason why you actually started YouTube in the first place, which, as we said, is it's more for, like... You've got to have the right reason for doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just doesn't continue.
Well, you lose the drive to do it in the first place.
Yeah,
because editing, depending on how much editing you're doing and how much recording, it can be a very extensive and tedious job to actually go through with.
Oh yeah, editing can be a real...
I feel like a lot of people who haven't ever tried it wouldn't understand just how tedious it can really get editing a clip together and doing the same thing around 100 times just to make it look smooth. Awesome.
And then going through like 4 different renders to
half the reason why I moved to live streaming.
Yeah.
As a choice of actually getting my media out there, because I don't have time personally to do the editing and everything anymore since I've taken on extra study. I used to have that time before, but not anymore. So I go live do a live stream for about half an hour or so. Bam, that's an episode done.
Yeah, and the best thing about like live streams with Twitch, you can also then take the video file, upload it to your YouTube channel, and the fact that it's a live stream means you don't have to edit it either. The most editing you have to do is cut it up. So it's quite nice from that perspective, going from streaming to, going to streaming really.
So
the only problem with that is going through all the technical difficulties of actually setting up the stream. It's a little known fact. The live stream I'm doing right now is actually streamed under a megabit upload.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so demanding on the bandwidth.
Yeah, there'd be no way I could ever...
You've got to keep in mind, if you're going to stream, there's a chance you're not going to be able to play any other form of online gaming without being dropped to a significantly higher ping than you started at.
Yeah, which obviously will then affect your gaming experience.
Yep.
Which is one of the reasons why I don't actually stream along with my actual computer's capabilities, which the problem with mine is that if I put too much processing pressure onto my PC, it'll actually start to overheat.
Yeah.
And I really do need to start replacing parts, but I just don't have the money to cover.
It's like last time we actually did streaming, your computer overheated.
Yeah, it pretty much fried, and I actually had to replace it.
I know, because I had to end up taking over the streaming.
Yeah, my computer couldn't do it. I was watching my heat, and my heat was jumping to things like 70 degrees in a matter of minutes. And that's not a good thing for a processor to be getting.
Since then, my fans have got clogged up with dust, so I really need to open up my PC and clean it out.
Well, I've decided I'm just going to switch it all up. I'm tempted to get a nice little washing basket as my case and just turn it into a mining rig.
Washing basket as a case.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a makeshift Bitcoin mining rig. Because of course they do a lot of processing, they heat up quite fast, so people make these makeshift cases, which are literally just massive open air cases, usually in washing baskets or fishing crates.
So basically what you're saying is you're going to start Bitcoin mining?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Okay.
Bitcoin.
I think it's
illegal because the price of...
Oh.
Hello?
You build your rig inside a fridge or a freezer.
I'm not sure how healthy that is for the poor computer.
I'll be fine.
I think, I was looking it up.
Condensation could be a big problem.
Yeah, the issue... Actually, saying that, you could use hydrogen and just use hydrogen inside a freezer. So I'm pretty sure... Hydrogen's not conductive, is it, in liquid form? Unless it's compressed entirely.
Not unless it's heavily pressurized.
So you could just literally maybe make a computer which is just filled to the brim with just liquid hydrogen. Cool it so it doesn't evaporate.
How much do you think that cost to keep running?
Do it in all fairness.
Yeah, that would be expensive because the hydrogen is naturally a gas. Yeah. So to keep it in liquid form would be a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Do you know any places that sell liquid hydrogen at a cheap price?
Actually, funny thing, Jupiter's surface, like when you go down through the clouds, it's basically liquid hydrogen.
So are you planning on going for a trip, pop over to Jupiter for us, grab us some liquid hydrogen?
That's right, Pluto as well. We could...
Let's start popping to the shop for some milk. Off to Jupiter, we need some more hydrogen for the PC.
Go to Pluto. See,
We've got a stream today.
Pluto's frozen.
We've got a 24-hour stream. We're going to need you to pop to Jupiter for a bit.
But also, just for a little bit of interesting facts, if anyone's interested, Jupiter is also so pressurized that if you go down below the hydrogen, the liquid hydrogen, you will find what they call liquid metallic hydrogen, which is basically hydrogen that's been compressed so much the electrons are free flowing, which allows you to have conductive hydrogen.
This podcast always going to take a. They always seem to take a science route, don't they?
Scientific turn. It's Gam's fault.
Sorry.
Last time
having
it was...
someone who's doing science.
Let's bring it back to gaming, shall we?
Yeah. So back to gaming.
Bring it back into our own grounds that we understand.
The future of gaming.
Yeah, a lot of companies are.
The future.
There's a lot of the big companies. I'm pretty sure. I don't know which one it is, but they've actually came out and said that they will be mobile-focused companies. I'm not even joking. Like, a lot of AAA big companies have now said that they are moving to mobile now and being a mobile-centric.
That's because they're evolving. They're becoming the new thing. All these mobile games.
Yeah, but are they really? I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Mobile games come a long way, and they're certainly quite fun if you're like trapped in traffic.
I mean, that's it.
But like, are you really going to want to sit down and spend 2 hours devoted to a mobile game?
But they're trying to encourage people to get out and do things in their life.
Why using gaming as an incentive?
But that's it. But that's what they're doing. They're convincing people who would usually sit indoors and play video games to go out and play video games.
That is just such
you
a
do
bad
better
plan.
at just building an entire franchise of gaming cafes. Which I'm still saying.
You're talking as AAA gaming
That's
as like hardcore gamers, like we are. We have our rigs, we have our things. But when they're moving over to mobile gamers, they're targeting the greater audience.
I guess
we, as a community of hardcore, basically AAA gamers, are basically small compared to everybody else that's got a mobile phone.
And it does, like, to be interested in PC gaming does require a lot of, like, money spent on your rig.
Yeah, like, you can actually see the Steam graphs of people's overall rigs. Can
you?
You remember when... Remember when you... Yeah, you know
existed.
the hardware and software survey when you load up Steam for the first time on your computer? No? Oh, well.
No, that's been so long.
Let's know about this. This is you, Vince. All on you, mate. Tell us.
Well, basically, right, so... It just says everything about the average, I think, is 8 gigabytes. The average CPU speed is 2.3 gigahertz and 2.69.
See, mine's 3.6.
Mine's 4.1.
But I guess that's all people are playing on laptops with dual cores.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
dual core laptops with like Celerons and shit running inside of those.
I actually only have a single core laptop. I hate my laptop.
Oh, I thought you were suggesting you had a single core PC.
I have a single core PC. Yeah. It's a solid 1.5 gigahertz.
One of the best, actually.
Like, you've got to have like a 6 gigahertz single core or something. In these
I actually just got a 24 gigahertz.
Damn budget.
At the rate you're running these games.
£3 for the processor, a quid for the graphics card.
Yeah.
Integrated, it came free with the
But yeah, I mean...
He got it with his Asus.
Anyway. So AAA industry is moving over to mobile.
I don't like that.
Are they actually going to take in the challenge of actually dumbing down their games, like performance and everything else, to fit on mobiles? I mean, back in my day, when we were playing like games on Atari, Commodore 64, what have you, developers back then had to really optimize the whole game to run on these systems. They didn't have the open-end say, oh, we could just throw more RAM at it or bigger video card or whatever, and say try to make everything special. But they had to really optimize to get down. Do developers now have the skills of the developers back then?
Yeah.
Something I don't think so.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
I mean, maybe not to the same degree, but at the same time, like, video games are optimized for consoles. And, like, I know there's a far throw between a console and a computer, considering a console's basically got the specs of a low-end gaming PC. But
yeah,
there is still the optimization there. So I think maybe they could relearn the skills if they've lost that particular edge for
Arkham Knight is an example of that, because Arkham Knight on PlayStation ran like perfectly. And on PCs, especially good PCs, like, you know, dual Titans and everything, insane rigs couldn't actually run it properly. And it doesn't make sense, but it's because of the fact, I assume, they take the PlayStation, the generic PlayStation specs, and just optimize it for that specific graphics card, that CPU, and all of that, just in a little bundle. So when it comes to PC, it's unoptimized for any of the other graphics cards because they focused on this one console. And obviously, we all saw how they pulled it off the Steam store and everyone refunded the game and all of that because it was crap. Yeah, it's
like GTA in that respect. Like when it finally came out on PC 5 years after it was like whatever it was, 2 years, wasn't it? 2 years after release. Like it had been optimized once for the well, actually that's actually I guess it's kind of a way of reversing it because it came out for console and then was re-optimized for PC rather than being the other way around.
That may have been the reason why it took so long, because of the sheer amount of options you have when it comes to PC rather than a console.
Perhaps.
I mean, I don't know.
I still think they took their
probably
time.
They're probably making. I don't even know. What do they do, Rockstar?
I'm actually looking at this graph, Vince. This graph you posted, and I'm actually very depressed to see that AMD only has a quarter of the processing manufacturer. Like out of Intel or AMD only has 24.7%.
Oh,
I find that quite
love
surprising.
AMD.
I was sure AMD is good. That's what I run. I thought AMD was actually a pretty solid brand.
Yeah, AMD is great because it's cheap.
Yeah, it is a lot cheaper.
It looks like,
but it has the same processing power. I mean, I'm happy with my core over like my processor over like an i7. I think it's decent enough.
Well, true. I said it's decent enough for anybody, really, for anything.
Yeah, but like I've got the AMD equivalent. I think AMDs are all right, and they're a lot cheaper.
Yeah, they are a lot cheaper.
One thing I've heard is that they don't last as long.
But from what I've seen, that's a folk story, because this processor I have right now has been running for 2.5 years with no issues. Other than the overheating.
The same processor, me, don't you?
Other than the overheating, was just really my cause for using a stock heatsink for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I've been using stock heatsinks.
And not
like, First, the thing is though, with mobile games, they don't have like they got nothing in terms of processing power. How are they going to handle AAA games? Like AAA games are going to be so bad.
Yeah, like I can't.
Either the phones are going to get really, really good, or AAA games are going to get really, really bad.
I think it's the former. I think phones are upgrading, and at this point, they're going to change from phones to handheld consoles eventually. They'll get to the point that Game Boys were at and DSs.
Yeah, and everyone just owns.
But they'll be phones. They'll be multifunctional, and they'll be at the power that the DS is at, and things like that.
Well, I mean, we've already got phones at that power. You can get emulators to run DS games on your phone.
I know that. I play Pokemon on my phone.
Yeah.
Well, like,
I'm out and about.
It's just, I mean, I know we're getting, like, technology's getting smaller and smaller all the time. I remember when having a 128 megabyte SD card was amazing. And now we have, like, 32 or 60, 4 gigabyte micro SDs. So I know miniaturization is a thing that keeps happening, but, like, I still struggle to see like how it can get that small, like where you can have like a processor that could handle what we currently have as AAA games. So the only thing I can think of is that AAA games are going to have to slightly decrease in.
Yeah, I think and the mechanics of the games as well. Like how we have a mouse and a keyboard,
right,
and we have controllers as well. But on a phone, how is that going to work? Like,
yeah, actually. Playing just recently I played it was I suppose almost a dumbed down 3D game on my phone, try to anyway, and the controls like with just using your thumbs on the screen is just ridiculously. Okay, you virtually need like analog controllers as your PSV, Vita, what have you, on your phone, but who's going to carry around one of those?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you could maybe have it like go back to a so-called flip phone sort of thing, or like a slidey phone, like the old slidey phones. Maybe have that only
Just
bigger.
go back to the Nokias.
Give us a Nokia. Well, have you seen like phones? They went so small and now they are pretty much back to brick size. Like my phone's huge. And
yeah,
They are really.
David's link.
If you actually saw that picture I posted in the chat, you said about how they're miniaturizing everything. I said Apple have been doing that right, evidently, considering their phones have just been growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, they got to the point where they shrinked, and then they just went up again. It's like, what? Why did you go that direction?
Yeah, nowadays they're big but flat.
Yeah.
That's literally.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're like flat bricks.
But yeah, no, I think I just maybe I'm not being imaginative enough. I just failed to see how a AAA game could survive on a phone in the phone market. But then again, like you say, I am coming from it from the gaming perspective, where I've got a nice rig that can run games.
Also saying that in the phone market, who in their right mind would actually pay $50 to $100 AU anyway? That's probably double in pounds, but for a mobile phone game.
Yeah.
That's true.
Who would do it?
Most of them cost like 80 pence a pound, so I don't know.
I still don't understand people who spend money on games. The only game I've ever spent money on, like on my phone, obviously, I'm not like money on games, like phone games. Like the only phone game I've ever spent money on is Minecraft Pocket, and that's because I just love Minecraft.
Does that even work itself? Because obviously the game's third person.
No, it does not work. The game does not work. It does not actually work.
It reminds me of Minecraft in-dev when you pick up Pocket Edition. There is absolutely nothing on that version of the game. Absolutely nothing. It's like going back to the original in-dev version of Minecraft where everything is the same texture. There's no sort of gradient, shading, sunlight, anything. And then you've got a selection of 9 different blocks you can build out of.
In fairness to Mojang/Microsoft, the game, it's mainly for me it doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with my phone. But like I downloaded the game and there was an update, and ever since the update, like it won't, like all world files corrupt. I think for a lot of people it does work, and when it was working, it was actually a decent sort of thing. It was pretty alright.
I see Family Guy, I think.
Very blurry. Yes, it's Family Guy. It's a game I play. Quest for Stuff. It's a game that I've played endlessly for about 2 months. Quite addictive. It's like Farm Town, Family Guy edition. My phone's not happy anymore. It's upset. So I called it Farm Town.
It's hurt because you're saying how bad it is.
Yeah, I called it Farm Town. Now my phone's getting upset about that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you like that.
Like, you want to play Farm Town?
No. God. Don't ever compare me to
theory.
The whole
Play
thing with
Farm Town.
the Xbox and their voice controls and everything else. You must have video and audio always on in your house.
Yeah, what's all that about? Like,
mind you, the Xbox voice controls, you can really troll people with them. They're hilarious. Like you can, if there's someone who's got like they got the TV coming really loud out their TV, the sound coming really loud out their TV, which a lot of console games do, right? If you like just shout down it, Xbox off, and then just like watch them drop out of the game that they're playing because it goes through the TV. It's great.
Yeah, all of the
ways to troll people.
I've got to say,
nope.
Oh, gone.
No, I forgot what I was going to say. Damn it, David.
Go on. Yeah.
All right. Okay, one of the guys I went to college with, his Xbox One was actually quite disturbing and perverted in the sense that he could come home, his Kinect would not recognise him whatsoever and would not do anything. However, the moment he pulled down his trousers, the Kinect would turn his Xbox and everything on. It'd be like, hello.
Hello.
Okay. Well, that was appropriate. The Twitch decided to drop out just at that particular instant. So the whole trouser conversation just went. No, it didn't.
Thank God for that, because that was like you there.
Can't have that.
But yeah, will we ever see like everything's nearing towards like online gaming as well now? Like you don't. We'll never see Half-Life, obviously. We'll never see Half-Life again. Will we see even single-player games again? Like Titanfall just scrapped it altogether. Obviously, that game went flop anyway. But
that was a good point. Like even Elder Scrolls, which is one of the most well-known single-player games, is now Elder Scrolls Online. It's now like a
even Elder Scrolls.
And you know,
yeah, he's back. We've redeemed him.
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
Again.
Oh, there we go.
Really need it.
Now he's gone.
Vince is dead.
Nah, he's muted his mic. But one thing I've realised, okay, this is a thing they started in the past year. Universities in America and I think a few other places have actually started making professional gaming teams in amongst their universities and had like university games now, revolving around things like League of Legends and Counter-Strike.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. They're giving I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but I remember seeing something about a university in America actually giving scholarships out for people playing League of Legends professionally there.
I quite like that. It shows esports being taken seriously.
Yeah, that was basically it. I'm actually going to have to find it again. More proof to back up my shit.
Yes, give us the proof, David. Come on.
Okay. But in other news, gaming is going to go to crap eventually. AAA titles are going to get knocked off and indie's going to come forward.
You think?
Yeah,
I
think indie and Eastern games.
I can agree with that. A lot of the big games now are previous indie games, yeah. So I can agree with that.
Thanks to a specific YouTuber who we can't name again because we've already said his name too many times in this podcast. But he has brought indie games to the forefront of everyone's minds in the gaming communities now. There's so much attention. Fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah. I'd be okay if I never saw that name ever again.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, obviously.
I know, there's a movie.
No, I'm not looking forward to that at all.
No.
And I don't think there is yet, but there will be, won't there? Is there a movie?
It actually will
yes,
be
there is.
a thing.
Oh, no.
It is Warner Brothers who have taken that one.
Oh, dear.
Warner Brothers has decided they want to make a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
What?
Oh, why? Why? Haven't we suffered enough? Haven't we... You know,
it's the gaming industry advancing.
Actually, I've to be quite honest, I've actually watched about 2 minutes of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like, yeah, this is a dull game. Moved on.
The only redeeming bit of Five Nights at Freddy's was the fact that the game theorists managed to come up with a really interesting game theory based on the first game. That's the only thing that I could ever find redeeming about it. It's just full of cheap jump scares.
Cheap jump scares, and essentially it's like a resource management game.
Are you suggesting the whole horror genre isn't?
Amnesia.
Well, I mean, there's some. I mean, a lot of them are like
2 games you can name that were actually decent horror games that worked on the ambience and the story.
Alien Isolation. Yeah.
Everything after that point was crap.
Oh, the good horror games.
Before and after, jump scares. Slender was a shitty jump scare. Every single time it was a shitty.
And so was Amnesia, actually, which is commonly voted like the most scary game. Yeah,
but that's because it was, I think, the funnest.
The only like game that I've actually really played and enjoyed as a horror game, well, even like semi-horror, was Dead Space. That in sections of that creeped me out something fierce.
I don't think I've ever played that.
No, neither have I. Now
I'm interested.
Dead Space.
Oh my god!
I've heard of it. Just
the original Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space.
Right.
Oh, okay, no, I have played Dead Space. I played the series. The first... They weren't really scary. They were more just horrifically gory at every turn. I think the first game started with
Dead Space 1 had...
The first game started with you completely unarmed in the middle of like a theatre for operating, at which you had to run for your life from the fucking monsters that promptly teared apart one of your friends. And yeah, okay, I guess it was kind of scary being in that sort of situation.
Well, that was Dead Space 2, wasn't it?
I think I'm pretty sure it's the entrance to one of them. I'm not 100% on which one it was.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't one. I remember that one.
What was that game where you're going down a staircase constantly? You know the one like you start at the top of a staircase and you're just going like it's like the slope goes down, then you turn, do U-turn, comes down again, U-turn, go down again.
Are you sure?
And you just keep doing that.
It wasn't like Gary's mod.
I'm assuming
played.
No, it was.
I don't know which one you're talking about. But we can make a pretty easy comparison to PT.
Oh, okay. You actually are talking about.
No, it wasn't that. No,
because PT wasn't a staircase. That was a hallway that went.
No,
down.
yeah, it's not that. It was so like. Do you know Containment Breach? The game Containment Breach. There's some letters that come before that game, and it's the same letters. I can't remember what they are. Like SCP something or other.
SCP? You thinking SCP?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's like one of those games where you're literally just walking down staircases. That was all right. I mean, there is a cheap jump scare at the end, but like for most of that, it's more ambience that kind of gets you a little bit scared. More the environment's happening. That's kind of like how I felt for the first 10 minutes of BioShock before I like realized actually this game's pretty it's not really that scary. It's a fun game, but it's not really
SCP
scary.
Foundation.
Actually, there was sections in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. There was like a haunted house section in that was actually quite good. If you want to delve back a little bit more into gaming history, Alone in the Dark, the original was pretty out there.
I need to.
The Xbox remake they actually made for 360 wasn't half bad either. I thought that was actually pretty good. Did you play the reboot they did for Xbox 360? It was a pretty early game for when the console actually came out.
Wow.
PC Master Race all
Xbox is good for one thing, providing us with controllers. For our
Yeah.
PCs.
Yeah, to say that, yeah.
I agree.
Controllers have been good for third-person games, I find. A lot of games like that. For GTA, yeah. For driving, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm not alone in that. Most people use prefer mouse and keyboard for GTA. So.
Yeah, same here. I use mouse and keyboard for every game I play. I never
running
use
around. I use controller for cars and planes.
Sorry, I lied.
So
One
you
game.
awkwardly juggle between the two.
One
as I
game.
go into a
Dynasty
plane.
Warriors.
Back on feet again. Back on the plane. Yeah, it's
Then as soon as you get out, switch back to the keyboard and mouse.
Actually, there was, the one game that I actually really reached out and grabbed a controller for was Kingdom of Amalur? Yeah, that's right. Awakening, that failed AAA game that everybody. It was a good game. I liked it. It was fun. I've spent a fair bit of time in it. Used a controller for it. I reckon it was all right. But
was it one of those games where you have to use controller? Did you get
no,
those?
you didn't have to.
Just better played on a controller.
It was just much better played.
Well, there are some games I think do feel
over the shoulder 3D brawler type thing. So, well, hack and slash. But yeah.
Yeah.
There are some things that are better.
I mean, I'm also a little bit biased because I do come from previous. I previously was a console fan. I've since converted, but like before me seeing the light, I was into console gaming, and so I think I do sometimes find it a little bit easier. Like I still am slightly into consoles. I've got my consoles. I do play on them from time to time, so I do think I still kind of feel a little bit more at home on a controller.
We
to a massive
detached
keyboard.
you from that a little bit, though. The moment GTA 5 came out for PC, we managed to drag you fully away from your console for quite a while.
Yeah, but you didn't drag me away from the controller, did you? Because I still use the controller. So
Doesn't matter. The console's gone. It's in the bin now.
yeah.
literally, it's a GTA machine. I bought a PS4, and the only game I ever own for it is GTA. I've never played another game on it. I've played about 2 hours of that. It was literally the worst because it wasn't cheap. It was the worst thing I've ever spent money on, pretty much. Because it's just a GTA machine sitting there gathering dust, just down. Much prefer my PC.
Well, actually, the only game that I've ever considered that was exclusive to PlayStation was Journey. Would have been one of the better games to play as a console exclusive.
Spyro.
I mean, I've always wished that sort of thing have actually come out to PC land, but it'll never happen.
I heard about Journey, actually,
these days though, I don't ever hear of games unless they're on PC. So I honestly don't feel like I'm missing out on console exclusives.
Yeah, I think the only console I'll probably get at this point would be a Wii U, just because it's the most different from PC.
Party game.
Just it is
Party
party games.
It's great
Smash
party.
Bros.
If you have a meet-up party, like if you actually have friends in real life, you can meet up with them and you can play the Wii U.
Do we actually? Yeah, we did actually do that, didn't we, David? Before you Smash
Bros. Cooking with Kirby. You guys getting
Mario
wrecked by
Kart.
me because Kirby's the best character in Smash Bros.
He is. He's one of those.
There's nothing can beat his 15 jumps.
Metagross, not Metagross.
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Metagross.
Fox is where it's at.
Basically-
Fox is where it's at. You know that stupid tank. Every single time I got the tank, you and Jake, you'd just be like, "Oh, for God's sake, the tank's here." You just spin it around in circles, and it just.
I remember.
Well, actually, getting into the whole competitive gaming side side of things, what are your guys' opinion? I personally don't subscribe too much to like watching competitive gaming. There was the whole StarCraft thing. The diversity just passed me by. So it's not a big thing for myself, but the actual world of competitive gaming is actually getting through to mainstream media more so nowadays. So what's your guys' take on that?
Do you mean like what's our take on watching it, or what's our take on actually playing competitive games?
Both. Well,
competitive games, in my opinion, in terms from a watching point of view, can be quite fun because of the competitive nature. Like, it's great fun to watch the moves and counter moves of two people who are like in a battle to win the game. But from a playing side of view, I mean, I still do play competitive games, but I try not to play them as much because I get super salty.
Yeah, I
playing
think...
them. Like ridiculous levels of salt.
When the Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm's first, I suppose, competitive pro playing, it actually starred on TV, on like a sports channel. And obviously people complained because, you know, it's a video game, it's not a real sport. But,
so it's actually got...
Yeah, like literally the first, because of it, Blizzard, so they could, they have tons of money, I assume, at this point. So yeah, at the first...
just throw cash at it.
The first ever, was actually on TV, and I think 5 years ago, you'd never think that that would be a thing. But I think maybe in the next 5 years, we actually would see League of Legends and Dota and, Heroes of the Storm, and Counter-Strike as well. That's really, really, really big when it comes to competitive playing.
I mean, I have said it...
Well, they're...
No, I was just going to say, I have said it already in the podcast, but I am a big fan of traditional media taking seriously things like gaming. I think because it is quite often overlooked as something that's like for children.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea that we get esports and things now that are growing to the point where they are really being taken seriously by the outside world rather than just the gaming.
It's going to get to the point where
crowd.
We will have competitive airsoft on TV. That is it. That's the dream. Airsoft competitive. Right there. Trust me. No,
competitive people shooting each other with plastic bullets.
Dude, it'd be insane.
That's the height of civilization. If we reach that point.
Like, if you ever played Super Monday Night Combat, if that was real life, you'd be like, yeah, this is the best ever. But,
Street Fighter tournaments televised.
Yeah.
Well, there was Evo that we were buying not so long ago. Where was that? Las Vegas? Like a competitive, like Street Fighter-esque tournament type thing. The only reason I heard about it is, like, of course, a lot of us are like subscribed to like the bigger gaming channels around that go to actually like see these things, and this is the first time I've really heard of it or even like taken a vague interest. But apparently, it's a big thing.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like I'm a big fan of esports, so I just love big esport events. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think even Smash Bros has a quite a big impact, like on Twitch. Actually, I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm just talking crap.
Just making
well, on Twitch you've got like pretty much the top 3 or 4 games in Twitch is Dota. No, I wouldn't say StarCraft. What's another one that we go to?
League of Legends is always
Global Offensive.
Yeah, League of Legends.
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Always the top of the featured games list.
I think, like, let's have a look. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically...
Hearthstone
games.
as well. In fact, Hearthstone and Counter-Strike share.
I've been playing League of Legends for like 2 years.
It's because people do like watching it. I think it generally is interesting to watch, like, people work out the problems of a competitive game and fight off against each other to win.
I can't stand Hearthstone.
No, I can't stand it.
Yeah, but, like, have you ever tried just watching it rather than playing it?
I can watch it to an extent, but then I hit a point in the video where I will see I'll see that thing, like the reason why I don't like Hearthstone in their video, and then they'll make me not want to watch their video anymore. And it's the fact that they're deciding something that they consider to be competitive. I understand brain power and thinking will come into play, but when it comes down to it, it's all fucking random choice.
No, yeah, that's why I don't like the game.
It's all whether you get that one card you need, or whether you get a decent card in your hand at the start of the game, if you don't get them, no matter how skilled you are not going to win.
My counter to that would be, if that were the truth, then you wouldn't have people who are constantly at the top. Like, you have constant, like, Strife Pro.
No, as I said, there are skills, but
like,
those skills are bypassed sometimes by the fact that it is.
Oh yeah, well, it's going to be orange, but that's not like. I think you get that in a lot of games. I think it just kind of gets a bit more brought to the front with Hearthstone.
But with the random card draw, the skill is in building that deck to minimize that.
Right.
You are minimizing the amount of random. So basically, I suppose you're not really seeing the back end of the side of things of the actual Hearthstone game. The game of the playing of the cards is the deck building as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just in playing the game. A lot of it actually is in the deck building. So obviously, if you don't have a good deck, you're not going to have a good game.
I guess that comes down to me not having played the game.
That's one of the main reasons why I can get into it.
I've played it, of course. I wouldn't make a judgment on the game without touching on it.
I think that's also where, like, having played card games in the past, like Magic, also helped you. Because you already have that skill of building decks, of figuring out which combos work together, and also which ones are like adaptable as well. Like, you get certain combos which you can quickly adapt off the cuff to fill the need. So yeah, I think that's probably where.
And then you get like your competitive like wargaming things like Warhammer 40k and that sort of thing. The game itself is down to dice rolls.
Yeah.
The strategy is to minimize the risk that you're trying, or even optimize the your chances of getting a good outcome rather than a crap one. But occasionally you're going to get one.
Yeah, it's like I follow that. Yeah, I've been really interested in Warhammer, but I never actually played it when I was younger. Never had a chance.
I had an orc army there for a while.
I was actually interested
in the days before the internet. We were playing major internet. We were playing Magic the Gathering. We were playing Warhammer 40k. We were doing miniature war games.
Games Workshop.
And Games Workshop.
I actually do somewhere have a truckload of Warhammer Lord of the Rings figures tucked away that I hand painted when I was young. So of course they're not going to be very good compared to the amazing artists you'd see painting the actual ones, but
like black.
But they're painted. And I had actually played that quite a few times with my friends. I got a good time ago now though. But that's relatable, I guess.
It's taking it is. It's obviously gaming is getting bigger. Like a good few years ago, gaming was frowned upon. If you were a gamer, that would be frowned upon as well. And I think now it's getting to the point where, people, it's acceptable. And not only acceptable as a hobby, but acceptable as a career as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I'm actually quite surprised to see gaming talk shows are 6th on Twitch.
Yes! We're filling that niche.
Yeah.
Well, we're contributing to the niche, but I don't think we're filling it. That's for sure.
We will be filling it soon.
But yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyhow, is there anything else that you guys have thought about, or any recent gaming news that you probably would like to add to the podcast?
I know. Obviously, PT was cancelled. PT, what's it called? Was it? I don't know. What was it actually called? Everyone knows it as PT. I don't even know what it's called. You know the game where you go around in corridors.
It's called Silent Hill.
Yes, it is.
PT was a secret name they gave to the project for spoiling Silent Hill's
and then they cancelled that for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was just an upcoming and featured thing. I can't remember what the point behind it was. It was meant to have some sort of hidden codes and messages in the actual gameplay itself, which is what led everyone to find out it was Silent Hill or something, I'm pretty sure.
Right, it stands for Playable Trailer, doesn't it? PT stands for Playable Trailer. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. But did they drop that project?
That entire project's just been scrapped. No idea.
Why? PT looked like such a...
I can name a few people who are going to be really salty about that.
Yeah, I'm really salty about that. I enjoyed Silent Hill Homecoming, and I was looking forward to my next game.
Just scrapped for no real reason either. That's another problem. Transparency with games now, game developments, is just getting worse and worse. Like back about a year ago, indie games and all of that would be so interlocked with communities. Like, for example, in Don't Starve, where they had their beta, it was so interlocked with... I always go on about this because I think it was one of the best betas I've ever taken part in. But it was so interlocked with the community that they pretty much helped drive the game. But you really... Like, that was the big thing about a year ago and about a year before that. But now it's kind of cutting off as much. And I think it, once again...
Well, that is very
Yeah, consumers are being separated from developers again.
Yeah, I think the more personal touch you have with the developer... The thing is, though, right... With like a huge like game title, that's not just it's really just not possible because you don't have one developer. You've got like a team of game developers, and like they're also like they're just like putting full-time work into just developing this like game, like particularly with the AAA title. Like you can't have the personal touch, but with small games that become successful, like Don't Starve, I think it's quite nice you do have the personal touch there.
One thing actually that I found quite interesting recently, if anyone watches Vanos Gaming, I don't know how they're making the game. But I mean, David obviously knows that face. What is it called?
I love that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Here's one of the YouTube channels I have a great amount of respect for, to be honest. What is it?
Wow, you have respect for YouTube.
What is it called? Dead Realm is their game. And I don't know who's making it, but I think it's actually them themselves are making it. Is it not? Are they,
No.
I mean, I know they're part of it.
Okay.
No, there's a development team, and they are actually in charge of the concept of the game. They decide everything the game is going to be, and then they pass what they want it to be over to devs, and they all make it for them. So their only input is on the like actual design of it itself.
So yeah, I mean, it's what's it called? The label YouTube Fodder was passed around back when what is it called?
Oh, that's Goat Simulator.
Yeah, that's a Goat Simulator. Yeah, and I think there was a competition with anyone who watches Free Clicks Philip, who's a Counter-Strike person. He was taking part, and the specifications. It was a 3-day challenge to make a game, and the specifications were not to make a game that's particularly good, but good for YouTube. And obviously, those two things don't necessarily coincide properly, because sometimes a game could be bad. But the YouTuber...
Actually, that's quite a good point actually, because if a game is really, really, really good, like you get immersed in it to the point where like YouTube comments, like YouTube content, it's just not going to work because you're not providing the narrative because you're too busy playing the game. Like
Five Nights at Freddy's as well. That's a game made for YouTube. It's not.
That's not you good YouTube content. That's really
good. The most mind-numbing game.
It was surprising.
You can
People
really
actually made videos on Flappy Bird, and I'm like, I'm not going to watch this.
I can't believe people sent that guy.
Yeah, no, for taking the game off the store.
They sent death threats. What was it for? Was it because he just quit? He quitted.
No, it was because literally they were sending him death threats because the game was too hard. And then like he's like, okay, I'm getting death threats. I'm not going to develop this game anymore. I'm not going to release it. And then they like people. Yeah, and then people like, what? You're not developing it, right? I'm going to find you.
Fuck.
I don't understand how that game just got so popular. Really, a lot of those games. I mean, that's another reason why they're going towards mobile gaming as well.
Mobile gaming, yeah.
Like when you take PC gamers, like it's only recently we've had Steam refunds as well, which is obviously a good thing because that's pretty much a basic consumer right. But there are just some things which people on mobile and play mobile games aren't necessarily as how to put it, like they haven't really had the like experiment really. Kind of like we've gone through when gaming was for money, and now we've gone to indie gaming and stuff. And if you get where I'm coming from, it's kind of hard to put into words, but it's the fact that they're a market which can be abused at the moment. I think more than anything, they don't really know much about games. They don't necessarily know about the quality of good games. Like we know now, we know what a good game is. We've seen many amazing games, and if a game is bad.
Minecraft is the epitome of games.
I was more thinking like Half-Life and... But I mean, to be fair though, Minecraft itself, actually, I will say that it represents a community rather than a game itself. It represents how a community can make a game and not necessarily the developers themselves. Obviously, who played vanilla Minecraft properly now? Even the servers, in fact, are modded Minecraft.
Yeah, or that or mini.
That's what I mean. Mini games and stuff. They're all And the
all
plugins.
plugin games are not vanilla.
They're not vanilla anymore, are they? It's just.
Yeah, I guess from that respect, yeah, I can see your point with mobile games.
It's
gamers, mobile gamers. Is it really? I'm still struggling to consider this as an actual category of people. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but like mobile gamers. So people out there that really
I don't think I can grasp that.
That does suggest that all they play is solely mobile games. Or primarily. And I find that hard to believe that anyone would primarily play a mobile game.
I'm really into Snake, guys. I'm
We've
really
got
into
150 apples.
Well,
fucking Bejeweled! I love Bejeweled so much.
Candy Crush.
That's it. Yeah.
Candy Crush.
Get with the times, David. It's Candy Crush now.
Yeah.
My mistake. Straight me if you want.
Yeah, we pretty much the whole group of people that they call gamers. It is getting down to a subsection of mobile gamers and everybody else.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and it's getting that way.
When that actually happens, I mean, we can't really criticize them for that. I mean, we get the PC gamers, the console gamers. It's really just like another, I guess, evolution of gaming. So you're gonna get mobile gamers. It is interesting and weird. I don't understand it, but I'm looking forward to seeing more mobile gamers.
Yeah, as gamers, we kind of
and when you get more.
No, go.
Yeah, I was going to say when you get more mobile gamers, people on YouTube. It can be.
Yeah.
I really am looking forward to seeing a Let's Play of Clash of Clans.
Yeah, that is a point, actually. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I personally haven't watched a stream of Clash of Clans, but it's up there.
Yeah.
So
I've seen YouTube videos.
Why?
The thing is, with that
580
game,
viewers.
I play so many versions of that kind of game. I don't see how
Clash of Clans.
It'd be difficult to translate that into a YouTube thing without a lot of heavy editing, because like you're waiting days sometimes for a building to build.
Yeah. Well, just there was a Clash of Clans, and this person has 577 viewers. So. I don't know why. What is interesting? I would watch it, but it'll mess with the audio. But
just do research.
Are you telling me you don't like watching cities get attacked? By 8 pixels.
Then again, I suppose that shows that when it comes to YouTube, it's not about the game. Really, it's about the personality as well. I assume that this guy probably is a likable personality. I can't imagine you could get that otherwise. Playing Clash of Clans.
We could also assume that the viewer base on YouTube aren't as no, I'm not gonna say it.
Wait, okay, no, never mind.
Build
up to leave us hanging.
All that build up. All that
build up for nothing.
Were you just about to insult the entire audience?
I was about to insult the entire community of YouTube.
Yeah.
We're probably
best not to do that when this video is going up on YouTube.
We probably have death threats through our message box, so I can't be doing that. But then again, publicity is good. Any publicity is good.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling myself. My video.
I mean, look at Britney Spears and Miley Cyrus.
Right,
they're doing pretty fucking well.
So all we have to do is make a channel with a YouTube version of Miley Cyrus.
Yeah,
someone already hasn't Rebecca Black already done that though with YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't think we can't really do that. It's been done.
But yeah, as gamers, I think we've dug ourselves a hole when it comes to AAA industries, because we're becoming a riskier and riskier audience to make games for, essentially. We're getting the
same games now over and over again, just so we won't bitch about it.
Yeah, like...
That's one of the main reasons why Half-Life 3 is not being made.
That is the reason why Half-Life 3
is that's the reason release it. Yeah.
It's got such a hype behind it. If they released anything that was anything below perfect, holy shit, the storm that would follow after the 9-year wait would be tremendous.
I still think it doesn't make sense.
The cliffhanger at the end of episode 2 of Half-Life 2.
The thing is,
we've been waiting for the rest of this story for years.
The worst part is, it wasn't...
If you haven't played the game by now, do it.
The story was there. It was obvious what was going to happen. Like, it's not like it was left to the imagination. You get in the helicopter and you go up and find to the Arctic, I think, and find the Borealis. That was the story. Everyone knew what it was going to be. But why they never released it was just... I don't know.
The thing is, I don't understand why it doesn't make any sense from a business point of view, because regardless of whether people do or don't like it at the end of the day, there's such a hype about it that people will buy that game.
Yeah. It will at least make its money.
It doesn't make sense from a monetary point of view for them not to release it. I think literally, but then I guess that's a nice example of them maybe not taking money into account, but I still think it's kind of screwing people over because people really...
Actually, they were taking money into account.
Well, yeah, but how? That doesn't make any sense.
The purpose behind it was that Steam, at the moment, was making a lot of money as it is. Steam is making them a lot of money. Dota is making them a lot of money. And Esports is making them a lot of money. Counter-Strike is making a lot of money. Yeah. They have a lot of income revenue already. And they don't want to jeopardise the chance of that income lowering by releasing a game that could give them bad publicity. Because bad publicity...
There's a point made on the live stream is Duke
yeah, that's true.
How bad that flop was.
I heard that you could, if you play through the game, you can literally...
The 13 quotes we could hear. 13 repeated quotes throughout the entire fucking game drove me insane.
You could play the game and it would go through like the stages that FPS shooters, like you start off and it would play like Half-Life. And about halfway through, it would play like Call of Duty, and then it would play like Gears of War, and then over this entire time it would get darker and more grey as well, because that's the way like FPS has gone. Everything's just grey now. So you can actually just see, like, it's basically like a history lesson of FPS shooters over like 7 years. Which, yeah, I just don't understand why they never just bothered releasing it, first of all.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the delays kind of what's really done it over for them.
I mean, even if they just use the same freaking engine they've been using for Half-Life 2 and just continue the goddamn story. Who cares about trying to make the next new big thing? Or even just slightly touch it up. Continue the goddamn story, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I mean, the gameplay, the story is what attracts people to those games.
Passionate.
It was definitely... Well, I mean... yeah... Black Mesa, obviously being released on the original Half-Life, and Opposing Force by a different studio as well, all getting HD re-releases, which I might say are sheer amazing, really. Replaying Black Mesa after playing the original Half-Life was so cool. It was such a great game. It's... I don't know, maybe they'll pass it on to a different company, but everyone sees what happens when it passes on to a different company. They won't.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
They won't. No, they won't.
They won't. They're not going to hand over.
If they were going to release it, they would release it themselves.
The issue is, like as I said, they're not going to... If they don't want to destroy it, they're not going to leave it down to someone else to destroy it, because it's still going to bruise their name if they say, so what the fuck, you ruined our game for us, you handed it over to someone.
Not only did you not release it yourself, but now you've just gone and pawned it off to this third-party company.
The thing is, technically speaking, they haven't actually made a game since Portal 2. Which I think was a good number of years ago now.
You don't need to make games anymore.
Oh, I mean, because Counter-Strike is a different company.
They get money off every other game.
And, last game they actually officially made by themselves was, 2011.
Isn't it something... They do take something like a ridiculous amount of cut, though, don't they? They take like 50% of the cut of every Steam sale goes to Steam.
I think it...
That's why it's so difficult to launch a game on Steam, because, like, they don't get much revenue for it.
I think it's either 30% or 50%.
It's something big. Even 30%, that's still almost a third of the revenue.
Is still pretty huge.
Yeah.
Like, considering you'd probably give that sort of income to, like, say, a publisher, make boxes, make discs. Well,
I mean, at the end of the day, the revenue slices is the reason why you get companies like Ubisoft making Uplay or EA making Origin, because they don't want to pay Steam to have...
Oh, don't talk to me about fucking EA and Origin. That's a piece of crap.
They are the worst thing ever made, aren't they? They're just horrific.
Oh, so much beef with Uplay.
It's like, I remember it got to the point where people were recommending that I get, was it Titanfall, the game? Or no, was it? No. Yeah, it might have been. Anyway, I can't remember. Someone was recommending I get this game. I was like, yeah, it sounds really good, Like, yeah, it's on Origin. Like, no, I'm not interested. Like, I'm not going to go through the hassle of dealing with Origin, even to play a game that previously, about 2 seconds ago, sounded like one of the best games on Earth. Because it's such a hassle.
Pretty much about Origin, I mean, admittedly, I enjoyed the SimCity reboot they did. However, now I can't play it anymore because fucking Origin won't decide to like load up. I need Origin to play SimCity. I'll probably end up buying City Skylines at this rate because I can't like figure out the problem I've got with Origin.
City Skylines is pretty much the way to go if you want to play SimCity without the hassle of
City
Origin.
Skylines actually. That's they're getting
that was a huge.
They're getting nighttime now. I know this.
The entire game has been like one huge daytime, and now they're getting night.
I'm not even joking. Look it up. I looked up gaming news like yesterday, and I saw it, and one of the biggest things was City Skylines nighttime, and I was like, wow.
If you think about it, it's a whole 12 hours they've been missing.
That is definitely true. Yeah, it's a whole 12 hours of that game. Wow. Technically speaking, it has 100% more content.
If you translate it into like the amount of game time people would play, then they'd have like twice the amount of game time of people playing it because you'd have people playing in the night mode. If only it worked like that.
Wow. Yeah, I think that might be the next one I pick up. I think.
Yeah.
Just to get my like city building fix. I can't play SimCity anymore, which is disappointing.
I played a little bit of SimCity 5. I must admit, I've spent way too much money on that game for a game that I've played for like 2 minutes. But I do like the SimCity games. I can't deal with Origin. It's just Origin. It really is. It's like for the longest time I had really bad internet. If you've got bad internet, Steam is still manageable, but Origin isn't at all. Like half the time I would download a game and it wouldn't play because like it was just like I don't know. It was just terrible.
Alrighty then, we're nearing the 2-hour mark, so let's clean up, and wow, 1 hour and 53 minutes.
The temptation to kick Gambem was really high. You said
like
clean up, and I thought,
just kick out Gambem.
just get rid of them, we need to clean up.
Make this Skype a safer, cleaner place.
So I take it we don't want to leave this podcast on the same note we left the last one, right?
Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions.
Oh no, we definitely don't. No.
We'll spare him.
Arnie, sign us off.
It's so hard to do when there's a camera pointed at you. Man, this is the end of the fucking podcast. Why you still watching this shit?
That was literally the end of the video, and I was going over it.
Oh, that was how we end our podcasts.
That's the end.
Right then, yeah.
Right.
It's the end.
Everybody that's watching the podcast on my channel, that's being rebroadcast on my particular channel, that's youtube.com/RaetacRages. These fools can be found at what's your channel name again?
Yeah.
youtube.com/CrazyfishYT.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's right. And I suppose from me and them, I suppose it's a good time to say good night, or good day, or good afternoon.
Good evening.
Or good morning. Who knows?
One of those.
Right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next week.
Bye.